everyone. Welcome to another draft. We're sneaking in before the downtime. We've opened a nice little sort of feast and famine, and there's some other good cards here, but I don't think anything are worth anything. I'm not exactly sure how much it's worth, but I think it's up there, and it's a pretty good card too. So. Sweet. Alright. In this pack, we've got a Spine of Ishsa. Not too difficult to get it, to be able to abuse it. I think that's the easy pick. Spread the Sickness is probably the next best card. But I think I'm going to grab the Spine. And hey, we have two artifacts, so we're staying flexible. Although Spine is probably best in a red deck. So you can make sure you have those sacrifice options. Well, this pack's way worse than the others. The best card in the pack is probably Morbid Plunder. And I think that's just gonna be what we take here. If we don't end up playing it, so be it. Otherwise, there's a Dross Ripper would be what I take, just because it's the most reasonably playable artifact. But I think Morbid Plunder is better by enough that I can just sort of take a colored card. Here we've got a Rot Wolf or a Quarters Paladin. Not the most exciting pick. I tend to lean towards not Infect, as I sort of tried to outline the last time I posted a draft. I think fourth pick Rotwolf, while nice, I'm not into Infect, though. I mean, Morbid Plunders, all three of these cards are certainly playable in Infect. Just I have no reason to believe that Infect is actually open here. And well, that's more of a reason to believe Infect is actually open. But then again, I sort of tried to show that these things can happen, and then you just end up getting cut. And you just sort of once you go into Infect, you're sort of taking the draft out of your hands and putting it into the TGO randomizers. And you need the packs to open up well. Whereas, I'm still taking the spread here, obviously. But whereas if you're not Infect, you're gonna end up with a deck with enough playables. Here we can take the Sphere, the Flare Husk, or the Serum Raker. I kind of want some more creatures, but we could stay flexible with the Sphere, the Flare Husk here. I'm going to take the Sphere. It's early enough. That I mean, we look like we were going to be black here, but may get some splashes going or something. I think the pick here is Nested Ghoul, given that we want to be black. I mean, Ogre Resistor, I actually like Ogre Resistor better than Nested Ghoul, just because it comes down a turn earlier, and the 3 toughness is definitely significant over the 2 toughness. I mean, you do end up getting another guy out of the Nested Ghoul. Most of the time, but a 4-2 for 5 is not the greatest body, and nor is a 2-2 that late in the game. It's still good. here, what's most likely? I mean, we still have some reason to want to play red, to maybe get the spine more abusable. So I think we're going to take the ringleader here over the partisan, even though we do have a paladin in our pile. What's most likely to get played here? Metallic Mastery or Caustic Hound. We have reason to want to play things that let us sacrifice artifacts, so Metallic Mastery could end up being okay. Caustic Hound, not the greatest card. We won't be happy if we're playing it. So, spin up. More likely to play the Rhino than the Hexplate? Probably. Not happy to play either, though, so. Well, does not look like it's going to be a recruit deck. Take the Slagworm there. Started off good, and we did get the late spread, the sickness, but pretty mediocre creature-wise. We didn't really have a great opportunity to get into any really any color that had good creatures for us. Here's a Volition Reigns, and we're not committed to red or green. We could grab that Volition Reigns. We passed a bit of blue, not too much. We didn't see too much blue. Might be a little bit of a stretch to get the Volition Reigns going. Otherwise, what are we taking? We're taking Turn to Slagger, Lux Cannon. Huh. I'm going to grab the Volition Reigns. I think it's best. So there's a Revoking Existence pickable here as well. I think I'm just grabbing this Volition Reigns. Huh. So there's two good red cards here. And the Scrap Melter being the better of the two. It is splashable, but triple blues. I guess I don't have to necessarily play these double blacks. Yeah, I think the Scrap Melter is better than the other stuff here by enough that I just scoop it up. I could end up not playing the Volition Reigns. And Skyhill School would be nice to follow up with that Volition Reigns, but Scrap Melter is better. And by a decent amount. I think here we're just grabbing the Iron Mirror, which could help splash the Scrap Melter if that's what we wanted to do. I really have no guarantee I'm going to have enough artifacts for a Rusted Relic. I'll just grab the Iron Mirror. Prototype Portal. Yeah. It's not doing anything much yet. Could just grab the Fervor. Fervor, Volshock Replica, or Soliton, I guess one of those. None are too exciting. I do want to start upping my creature count. sword. Ah, go away. I'll take the Fervor. It goes with the spine. The other guys aren't too exciting anyway. Furnace Celebration, and it's not gonna. No guarantee that's getting there. It looks like we may have wasted the Volition Reigns pick, but it was the best card there. I'm taking a Perilous Mirror. There's also Iron Mirror. Oh, Iron Mirror and Lead Mirror. Definitely not over the Perilous Mirror at this point in the draft. The Shatter's pickable here as well, but I think I'm just grabbing the Perilous Mirror. Alright. Yeah, probably just another Fervor here. I mean, not too much synergy with the Fervor, other than the spine, but I mean, it's a reasonable 3-drop anyway. Otherwise, I can take the Lumengrid Drake and sort of move back into blue. But I think black is open, or should be relatively open for pack 3. We got that late spread, the Sickness. Although you just sort of never know what kind of weird packs lead to that. I think we're scooping up the Bleak Cove and Vampires. I don't think this Volition Reigns is going to get there. Probably just grab the Galvanizer here. I have a couple mirrors already. So Strider Harness, Saberclaw, Golem. Hide our green cards here and our white cards and our Volition Reigns. Let's get a better idea what things are looking like here. Mediocre. Saberclaw, Golem, not my favorite card. I think it could be okay here. I think it's better than the Icaclaw Mirror for the sideboard. We got another one, but here we're just gonna be happy to grab a Fume Spitter. There might be a Furnace Celebration in the next pack that we can potentially make use of. Oh, well, we're not gonna get it. I'll take the Gavalier, though it does not look like I'm gonna be playing it here. Another Bleak Cove and Vampires. I'm unsure at this point how good they'd be in the deck. We don't have too many artifacts right now. Once I get to 10-ish artifacts, though, I do like them quite a bit. Certainly play it over Ringleader in this deck, I think, if I had enough artifacts. Huh. Bit of a strange draft here so far. Oh, I think Galvanic Blast is the easy pick here. Perilous Mirror and Bloodshot Trainee, I guess, are the next best things. I do have the sword to combo with our Bloodshot right now. So sword combos pretty well with it, just about any creature. So yeah, Galvanic Blast it is. Maybe we wheel the other guy. Alright. So here we're looking at Sylvok Replica, Blade Tribe Berserkers, or what? Instill Infection. Instill Infection be okay here. think I'm grabbing the Silvok replica, though. We do have the Sphere of the Suns to help that out. Yeah. I like that pick. Ooh, Galvanic Blast number 2. Thank you very much. Start weeding things out here. Don't think I'm going to want to play this guy or this guy. Alright, here we've got Clone Shell. How good is Clone Shell? Mediocre. I've got a lot of 5 drops there too. I think I'm just taking Instant Infection. I don't have too much into 4 anyway. Seems fine here. Not much else in the back anyway. Yeah, I think it's going to be a leaden mirror here. Don't need a third Ferrivore. Interesting. I'm going to take a second Galvanizer. Prototype Portal still not looking all that good. Though a little bit better when you have a Silvok, although I'm splashing that. Mirror Galvanizer looks okay on a portal, I guess, but then I'm just going to take Galvanizer number 2 here. Maybe scoop up another mirror somewhere along the way. Corrupted Harvester, playable. Could just grab the Daredevil. It's 2-drop. Though I think I just prefer any of these mirrors right now. It does go with the Spine, but I don't have too much. I guess it could allow me to sort of start playing Mastery if that's what I wanted to do. Maybe Bladed Pinions is slightly better. Maybe not even main deck, but sideboard. I think here I'm just going to grab Daredevil. I can also take a Blister Grub or the Heartstoker, but I think this time I'm just going to take the Daredevil. Interesting. So we've got Trainee, but only one card to go with it, and the card we have to go with it is just a really good card. We don't need to take the Trainee. If I have this in my opener, I'm not going to care so much whether or not I have a Trainee. But if I have a Trainee, I'll be happy to top deck a Sword of Feast and Famine whether or not I have a Trainee. I'm just taking another Bleakhoven Vampire here. I think I'm going to like it more than the Helion most of the time. I'll take another Instill Infection here. Although, no, you know what? I probably have enough creatures. Between the Blade Tribe Berserker and the Instill Infection. I don't have infinite removal, although I have a decent amount. Yeah, you know what? I have the Spread the Sickness. That can help make it randomly a bit better. Not the greatest deck. Kind of would have liked another mirror to go with my Galvanizer. Actually, my double Galvanizer. Alright, so I actually may not play Fume Spitter here, just because I have the 2 Instill Infection, and Instill Infection is way better than Fume Spitter in a deck like this, I think. Without, like, if I had Furnace Celebration, it becomes a different story. If I had lots of equipment, rather than just the sword, it becomes a little bit different. But, I mean, Fume Spitter is not always an actual, like, something that only deals, gives a -1/-1 counter, or just deals 1 damage. Things like that are not always cards, and so it's nice that Instilled Infection can at least cycle when it's not actually relevant, which is often enough. I mean, certainly a lot slower than the Fume Spitter, but we actually got 3 ways of getting it on turn 4, and it's quite a bit better on turn 3. It's quite a bit better, like if you're on the even like especially on the play, like if you can go your mirror, they go mirror, and then you go Instill Infection, their mirror. That's a decent play. I don't know if I'm playing both of them, but probably are. We probably are, because we don't have much going on at the 4-drop. Got a bit of a question of whether we're going to play these 2 galvanizers or not. I think we will. I mean, not super exciting. These are all, you know, what I'm going to do instead actually is pop all these guys as options. I'm definitely playing at least 1 Fervor. Let's find a better place to put our options. Over there, I think. So, probably playing this Nested Ghoul. Definitely playing the Spread the Sickness. We've got to decide out of the rest of them what's going to make it in there. Definitely playing the Spine. Beyond that, probably, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sort of 7, but it's an expensive one. Let's see. I think I kind of like getting my artifacts going and getting some Bleak Coven Vampire action. Probably adding in Saberclaw Golem as well, rather than a 3rd Bleak Coven Vampire to help up the artifact count. Throw in a Bladed Pinions. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're at that 10 I was talking about before. Just barely. Don't know if I want to get a 3rd Bleak Coven Vampire. It's not always going to be online. Though, I mean, 4-3 for 5 isn't super embarrassing when it doesn't do anything else. I think I like the Bladed Pinions here anyway. I'm not just adding it to power up my Bleak Coven Vampires. Don't have any flyers in the deck, so it's nice against flyers. Also nice to help push some damage through when they've got a lot of blockers. We don't have a ton of ways of doing that. I think I'm adding 1 more card. We have reason to want, I think, 1 more way of reusing a Spine of Ishtar. I think I'm going to add either a Daredevil or the Fervor here. Which one? Oh. Yeah, I think I just add the 2. I mean, neither are particularly good in the deck, other than with the Spine. So I think Daredevil just fits the curve best. We're not going to be doing too much. I mean, Fervor is definitely the better card in general. That said, though, we're not going to be sacrificing tons of artifacts to it. I don't think. I mean, late game you can pitch some mirrors. You can even throw pinions on it and pitch some mirrors for a bunch of damage. But no, I think we're just going with that. Well, either way, we did open a sword, so and the deck's okay. We've got the 2 blasts. Spread the Sickness, Scrap Melter, backed up by the Instill Infections for some removal, and the Spine of Ifsa, of course, for some more removal. And well, the creature base is pretty mediocre, but yeah, there's a sword as well. So yeah, I think I like the deck enough. We're gonna add some lands. No, it's definitely not my best draft ever, but it'll do. Probably want to add in one forest. We have the sphere, but I think we can afford to squeeze a forest in here. Go down to 9 swamps. Got a lead mirror. I'm gonna go up to 7 mountains, and that looks good. While I probably could fit even another forest in here and not suffer too much, I don't think that's necessary for the Silhouette Replica. I mean, worst case, the Silhouette Replica is still blocking or still drawing removal without my forest in play. It's not like it's a completely dead card, so I'd rather not stretch my mana base too much. So we're going with this, and I'll see you round 1.